The star's meaning. When the star appears, you are likely to find yourself feeling rather inspired, and you will be feeling rather more hopeful about the future than you have in a while. You will also feel more confident that your needs, whether these are emotional or financial needs or both, will be met. Nothing can be taken for granted, of course, but it is unlikely that your confidence is misplaced. This is also a very spiritual card, and you may find yourself, at least for a time, feeling at one with all of creation. It's not a common feeling, so make sure you savor it. General. This card is definitely a good omen. Although you are probably already inclined to think positively, this is a time to do so specifically. What are the changes that you would like to make or see in your life? Make a list. You can accomplish nearly anything that you set out to do now. Think big. Past. Move on from the hardships of the past and begin your renewal. At the end of all struggles will be peace. Rely on your inner strength and external support systems. Present. Consider balance and restraint when finding solutions to your current problems. The right amount of help and encouragement will bring harmony and happiness to your circles. Future. The time of your renewal is approaching. You have chosen the right path to restore your mental and physical health. By being brave enough to choose the riskier roads, you will inspire those around you. The star is symbolic of hope, renewal, and beauty. It suggests a period of spiritual tranquility, happiness, and positive opportunities. The overall feeling of this card is optimistic and serene. The answer suggested by its presence is yes. Work. Work should be going very well now if you are settled and content with where you are. Those in a career they want to be in are the most likely to feel this way, but even if it's just a job, there can still be contentment. If you're not so happy in your current position, then this is a time when you can expect new opportunities to come flying into your life. But there is a caveat. And the caveat is that you have to be open to them. It would pay to be ready for them. So dust off your resume, read tips and tactics about making positive career changes, and when opportunity knocks, be prepared to answer. Love. This is an excellent time to meet someone new if you are in the market for a new relationship. Although it's not impossible that love may simply knock on your door, it is more likely that you will need to get out there and mingle. A new relationship could happen at any time, so don't turn down any invitations. If you're already in love and committed, then your relationship may well be ready to move to a new level. One that is not only higher but is more fulfilling. Make the most of this opportunity and build on it. Finances. Again, the star is a very powerful and positive omen, and you are likely to do better financially at this time than you might have first thought. There's certainly a chance of something extra in the air. This is also a great time to take risks, but only those you can afford. So if stocks and shares are your game, then a modest investment may well pay dividends in the future. It may also be a good time to ask for a raise at work, and if you are into selling things online or wherever, it's a good time to dust off those things you don't want or need any longer. You'll have everything that you need, more than likely, and then some. Enjoy it. Health. This should be a fabulous time, health-wise. If you are waiting on test results of some kind, they are likely to be very good results. You'll be calm and inspired. Take good care of yourself. Spirituality. You are so in touch with your spirituality now that this is a great time for you to reach out to others and to share your wisdom and your joy. Your efforts in doing so will be repaid many times over. The world needs your light and your happiness. Make a point to let it shine. Playing cards first entered Europe in the late 14th century, most likely from Mamluk Egypt, with suits of batons or polo sticks, coins, swords, and cups. These suits were very similar to modern tarot divination decks and are still used in traditional Italian, Spanish and Portuguese playing card decks. The first documented tarot packs were recorded between 1440 and 1450 in Milan, Ferrara, Florence, and Bologna, when additional trump cards with allegorical illustrations were added to the common four-suit pack. These new decks were called Carte de Triomphe, triumph cards, and the additional cards known simply as Triomphe, which became trumps in English. The earliest documentation of Triomphe is found in a written statement in the court records of Florence, in 1440, regarding the transfer of two decks to Sigismondo Pandolfo Malatesta. The oldest surviving tarot cards are the 15 or so Visconti Sforza tarot decks painted in the mid-15th century for the rulers of the Duchy of Milan. A lost tarot-like pack was commissioned by Duke Filippo Maria Visconti and described by Marciano da Tortona probably between 1418 and 1425, since the painter he mentions, Michelino da Bisazzo, returned to Milan in 1418, while Marciano himself died in 1425. He described a 60-card deck with 16 cards having images of the Greek gods and suits depicting 4 kinds of birds. The 16 cards were regarded as trumps since in 1449 Jacopo Antonio Marcello recalled that the now deceased duke had invented a novum quadam et exquisitum triumphorum genus, or a new and exquisite kind of triumphs. Other early decks that also showcased classical motifs include the Solabusca and Boiardo Viti decks of the 1490s. In Florence, an expanded deck called Minchiate was used. This deck of 97 cards includes astrological symbols and the 4 elements, as well as traditional tarot motifs. Although a Dominican preacher inveighed against the evil inherent in cards in a sermon in the 15th century, no routine condemnations of tarot were found during its early history. Because the earliest tarot cards were hand-painted, the number of the decks produced is thought to have been small. It was only after the invention of the printing press that mass production of cards became possible. The expansion of tarot outside of Italy, first to France and Switzerland, occurred during the Italian Wars. The most important tarot pattern used in these two countries was the tarot of Marseilles of Milanese origin.